And in other news, America recently granted exemptions to its new tariffs on steel and aluminum to key allies. Those were due to expire on Monday, but just hours before the deadline, the White House announced that the exemptions would be extended. It also confirmed that for steel, South Korea is getting a permanent exemption. Hyesung reports.
South Korea has been granted permanent steel tariff exemptions from the United States. This comes after U.S. President Donald Trump authorized modifications to the U.S. steel and aluminum tariff measures. In a statement Monday local time, the White House said it has reached a final agreement with South Korea on steel exports, which are part of the amendment to the South Korea-U.S. free trade deal. Seoul earned its permanent exemption by agreeing to quotas that will cut its steel exports by about 30% based on its average annual shipments to the U.S. between 2015 and 2017. The exception does not apply to aluminum tariffs. The White House also said it has reached agreements in principle with Argentina, Australia, and Brazil concerning the tariffs, the details of which will be finalized shortly. The U.S. is extending negotiations with the European Union, Canada, and Mexico for 30 days, postponing the temporary exemption deadline to June 1st. The EU has said if it loses its exemption, it will retaliate with its own tariffs on U.S. goods imported to Europe. In March, President Trump imposed a 25% tariff on steel imports and a 10% tariff on aluminum, but granted temporary exemptions to some of its key allies. The prolonged exemptions for Canada and Mexico come as the U.S. is working to renegotiate NAFTA, the free trade agreement between the three countries. 김혜성, Arirang News.